Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have two pistols for you. These are both Narvich pistols. If you haven't been paying attention to my channel, I've actually been using these both as a sidearm. I've been switching between them a lot in all my games, and I just figured I wanted to do a review on them and show you what I think about them and all the features. They're both really good pistols. That's why I pretty much use them. They're really reliable, and I just wanted to get into showing you guys what I think about them. So we're going to start with the SSP-1 first, and as you can see here, it comes in a case. It's pretty nice. It's made of plastic, I'm pretty sure. It's nothing much. I mean, not a lot of pistols really come with cases, but it's really nice that they decided to do this. And I mean, you could use it for carrying it to games, which is what I do, but this pistol comes to me as a very reliable pistol. It has never really failed me that much. It took a little bit of tuning whenever I got it, of course, like tightening the valves of the pistol magazines and stuff like that, but it shoots really well. It's really good as a sidearm if someone gets too close to me when I have a sniper rifle, or if I run out of ammo for my primary weapon in general. And that's exactly what a pistol should be, in my opinion. But the case, it comes with a valve tool, which I really like because that's what I needed for my pistol magazines, because I actually had some mag leaking issues, but with the valve tool I was able to fix that problem, so it was really good that they decided to give that to you. But as you can see here, it's overall a 1911 based platform. It works pretty much just like a real 1911 magazine release and stuff like that. Even the safety, that safety right there is for the slide. You can't shoot it in general. You can't slide back the slide when you have it. It has that grip safety right there too. When you have that safety on, the gun won't shoot at all. It still won't shoot even if you have it off because of the grip safety. So you have to squeeze the grip safety in order for it to fire like that. So it's really cool. It even has the hammer. You can half cock it and stuff like that. The sights are pretty decent. Not really much to say about that. You can replace the front one with a fiber optic sight. Also, the slide has grooves on it for good grip on the slide, which I really like. It's needed, especially with gloves or when the gun is wet. Also, the textured grip is also really nice because whenever the gun is wet or dirty, it's easy to grip as well, especially with gloves. So to disassemble the gun, it's a bit weird. You have to pull the slide back kind of halfway and align a little notch behind the slide release with the hole on the slide, and then you have to get a pin and push out that slide release, and then whenever you do that, you can press the slide forward and let it slide off the gun, and that's basically how you disassemble it. The hop up is on the slide too as well. It's a little wheel. I don't know if the camera got it really well, but it's right there. There's also a little marking that says hop, and it lets you know which direction to turn it. You put it back in, you do the same thing, put it halfway, and you can just put in the slide release pin, and you're all good to go. It can be kind of difficult for some people, but it also disassembles like a real 1911, so that just adds to the realism of it. There's also a Picatinny rail at the bottom. You can put pretty much whatever attachment you want. You can put a laser or a flashlight on there if you want. Also, the only attachment I put on this pistol was this little muzzle device here. You can pretty much put any muzzle device on here you want as long as the thread measurement is right. I even have a tracer unit for it. Also, this magazine holds around 30 BBs, I believe. It's a high kappa magazine, so of course it's going to hold a bit more than a typical pistol magazine would. This is a green gas magazine. I typically prefer these. You put the green gas in that little hole right there, and if you want to, you can release the gas by pressing that button right there, which comes in handy after finishing a day of airsoft, which is a pretty useful feature, especially for storing your magazines. In case you didn't know, you don't want to store your gas magazines full of gas. You only want to leave a little bit in for storage. So now we'll move on to the SSP-18. As you can see here, this is a Glock type of pattern weapon. It's a Glock 18 model, to be more specific, because it has the select fire switch. It's full auto and semi-auto, which is its most notable feature. I'll get into that later. It's full polymer construction, so it's pretty light. The internals are still made of metal, of course, so it's without a doubt durable on the internal part. It has a fiber optic sight. It comes with this, unlike the SSP-1, so The fiber optic sight glows in the sunlight, so that's pretty cool. It's really nice for a pistol. The only real thing I put on here was this muzzle device right here. Of course, it's just for looks. It doesn't do anything. The magazine holds 27 rounds, I believe, so it holds less than the SSP-1. It has the same valve button right there, and you can also tighten the valve right there in case you need to. Also, green gas slot right there to put in the green gas, so I have green gas mags. This pistol also uses CO2 magazines if you ever want to use it for colder weather. It works just like a regular CO2 magazine. You take a lid off the bottom, you unscrew an Allen key, you put in a CO2 cartridge, tighten it, pop the CO2 cartridge, and then you put the lid back on. SSP-1 also does this. It uses both CO2 and green gas, so I forgot to mention that earlier. One notable feature is that this pistol is full auto, so that's on semi, and that is on full auto. That's the select fire switch right there, so it's pretty easy to switch modes on. I really like that it's full auto. It's pretty fun to use. The whole pistol is made of polymer, so it's pretty light as a result, except for the interior. The slide, like I said, is pretty rough, but it makes it feel more like a real pistol, so that's pretty good. Disassembling the gun is really easy. All you gotta do is pull down those two little tabs right there, and then pull back the slide and push it forward just like that. So it's a lot easier to disassemble than the SSP-1. Hop up unit is right there. You can adjust it right there on that wheel. I think the camera got it a bit better than the last one on the SSP-1. But yeah, also the muzzle device sticks on too, so you don't have to worry about screwing it off or anything like that. And it comes on pretty easily too. Reassembling the gun is easy just like that. And you're pretty much all set to go after that. One thing I really like about this gun is on the Norwich website, there's a lot of aftermarket parts you can get for this, so you can pretty much customize it any way you want. I bought this one thing I haven't used yet. It goes on the Picatinny mount below. It's more like a grip slash magazine holder, so it holds a spare magazine for you, which is really nice. One other thing I also got was a extended magazine for it. I have two of these right now. It's a full auto pistol, so why not get one, you know. I also have a drum magazine, which is really awesome. I haven't used it yet, but I definitely will. It works kind of like a high cap with the spinning crank, and you load BBs in through that slot right there. Alright, so now we're going to do the final part of the video, which is going to be the strengths and weaknesses. I'm going to start on the SSP-18 first. So the first strength I'd say is that there's a really light frame because of the polymer build of this pistol. And you know, that might just be what you want. Aftermarket parts, there's a lot of aftermarket parts on the Norwich website. You can customize the magazine, the slide, different color parts. There's like gold, red, purple and stuff like that. If you're into making a colorful gun, you know, it's not really my kind of thing, but if you're into that, I would look into this gun. Also, there's a select fire switch, of course. That's probably the most notable feature about this pistol. So if you're into full auto and stuff like that, I would definitely look into this pistol. Having full auto on a sidearm is really awesome. Also, I would say that this pistol is really accurate. You can make some pretty long range shots with it on semi. And yeah, it's pretty good for a sidearm, so that's definitely a strength. So now we're going to move on to the SSP-1 now. So the first strength I'd say would be about this pistol is the realistic build. It's a lot like a real 1911. It's also made of metal, so it's a heavier pistol, and also has a really smooth recoil. It's really nice recoil. Another thing I'd say is it has the safety devices on it, so if you like the safeties on it, like a real 1911, I'd say this pistol's for you. Also, the high capacity magazine is also really nice. It's a high capa pistol anyways, so also because of the metal, it's a really durable pistol, so you can pretty much beat it up. And to me, that can be pretty important for a sidearm, especially if you're going to be dropping on the ground a lot or playing dirty environments. And also, if you're wondering which one would be louder, I'd actually say the SSP-18 is louder. It sounds really snappy. So if you like louder pistols, I would go for the SSP-18, just saying. So now we're going to move on to the weaknesses of the pistols. It's going to be kind of hard for me to come up with these, but I decided to make a list anyways. So we're going to start with the SSP-18. So because of its polymer frame, it's pretty, light and all. but that also probably means it's not as durable as other pistols would be made of metal, so I wouldn't go beating it up in the field. Also, it's pretty inaccurate in full auto. It's not really a huge deal for me anyways, but for you it might be, especially if you're maining the weapon. I mean, full auto, I don't really need accuracy. For me, it's just for suppressive fire. Also up close engagements. The trigger's kind of tough as well. It's not really a big deal. It can be kind of snappy. Also, it doesn't really have a good safety. It's literally on the trigger, so to me, I don't think it would stop any negligent discharges from happening. It's like a real Glock safety, but you know, if you're a responsible person, it's not a big deal. So now I'm going to move on to the SSP-1. I'd say a weakness for this one would be the slide safety. It's really annoying. Usually I accidentally turn it on, so it keeps me from firing it in times that I need to fire it, like in this moment in this video right here. I had to quickly disengage the safety. I was able to eliminate the person, but it could have gone bad, you know, so that's not really what you want with a pistol. You want it to be ready to fire when you want to fire. So another thing I'd say is that the heavyweight would not be for everyone. It can get kind of annoying if you have it holstered, but for me it's something that you kind of get used to, and usually pistols weigh this much, like real pistols, so it'd be something good to get used to. Also, it's not as modular as the SSP-18. It still has some aftermarket parts on the Norwich website, but I mean, if you want some modular abilities in a pistol, I would go for the SSP-18. But yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It'll help encourage me to make more videos. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one.